Is Felger and Mazz your favorite afternoon show?
Yes, 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 yes.
Felger and Mazz.
Breaking news. The New York Post spots Patriots coach Mike Vrabel and The Athletic's NFL insider Dianna Russini getting cozy together in Arizona. Today, the New York Post posted photos of the Patriots head coach along with The Athletic's NFL insider getting cozy at a boutique resort together in Arizona. Now, Vrabel and Russini both told the New York Post that while it may look like something, they actually were both there vacationing with their own set of friends, that they had other friends who just weren't in the picture. Sure.
As you might expect, Jared Stillman went in pretty strong with it, a little too strong for my taste. So you can go watch it on your own on YouTube or wherever we pulled that from.
It was very entertaining. When this story broke last night, he was the first person I thought of.
Because we've talked to him a lot. He's hinted at this, over the years, to us especially. Like, be sure you follow Dianna Russini. If Dianna Russini has it, trust me, she has it. If she has anything on the Patriots, you know. Okay, so he's given us that over the years quite a bit.
Definitely. Look, and I don't think it even took him to say it. I think that it's clear that there was some sort of, I say open chain or line of communication between those two for a long time.
Just based on her reporting?
Yeah, definitely. And the way he responds to her, I think. I mean, I'm just going by stuff that's been out on the web in the past. Put it this way, there's been enough there to speculate, is what I would say.
So, like most of us, I'm there in front of all my TV and screens last night. Bruins, Celtics, Red Sox, I'm watching all of it. And then I get a note from Robbie Buckets, our producer at NBC Sports Boston. Go check out the Post, page 6. What's the first thing I think, Mazz?
Oh, that we said something?
What did I say?
Yeah.
Well, and not that I'm like any...
But they've picked up stuff before.
Not even any superstar or anything, but they're just really prolific aggregators. And even if we say something a little out of turn, they pick it up, and the next thing there's a headline. So the first thing I think of is, what did I say? How did I say it? What? No, I don't want to even look. And then I look, I'm like, oh, Vrabel and Russini. Cool. All right. Awesome. Much better. Headline, New England Patriots Mike Vrabel and top NY Times NFL reporter Dianna Russini hold hands and hug at luxury hotel by Oli Coleman. Exclusive photos obtained by Page 6 appear to show Vrabel and the New York Times top NFL reporter holding hands and hugging at a luxurious hotel. Vrabel and Russini were spotted 2 weekends ago at the Ambiente.
Ambiente, yeah.
Ambiente, which means what, Mazz?
Ambient, I guess.
They're just trying to fancy up the word ambient.
Yeah.
Ambiente in Sedona, Arizona, a boutique resort set against the breathtaking Brins Mesa mountain range. Murray, you visited the website of this hotel. How would you categorize this particular establishment?
This is a doing hotel. You go to this Ambiente, if this is how you say it, website, they quite literally keep track on the bottom of the website how many birthdays they've hosted, how many anniversaries, how many proposals, how many baby moons, and how many honeymoons. When you're keeping track like that, the only thing that's missing from that list would be trysts or cheating. Like this is a straight up doing hotel. We've all been to them with our significant others. The Standard in New York is a doing hotel. I went there with my wife a few years ago. That's a doing hotel. One look at this website, this is a doing hotel.
A Page 6 spy tells us that the pair, both married to other people, had breakfast on the patio of the hotel restaurant around 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, March 28th, before spending a leisurely hour or so together at the pool and lounging side by side in a hot tub. Mazz, you hot tub with all of your working sources, correct?
John Henry and I do it all the time.
Where are these extra bubbles coming from?
Usually after burrito.
Our spy spotted Vrabel and Russini again that evening on the private rooftop of one of the hotel's bungalows, which features glass walls offering panoramic views of the state's famed Red Rock formations. Roofs are only accessible from the two-person bungalows, which cost up to $2,100 a night. Murray, your thoughts?
Again, these are doing rooms, is what it is. And I think the most incriminating of these photos, you can't explain away any of these. I mean, if you want to be in a hot tub, you need to have other friends or at least another dude in the picture with you. Same with the pool, lying by the pool. To me, the one that I went, oh boy, is the holding hands one. I think you could poll 100 women, and 100 women would come back and say that that's the one that's the worst, because holding hands, that's a relationship move. That's an intimate move. How on earth could either of them say, like, oh, well, and then what, you're teaching each other to dance or tango? Or that's the one. You're buried. There's no talking yourselves out of that one. The holding hands one, that's the one photo is like, oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Good luck to the both of you.
I'm with Murray on that one. Do you hold hands with your female friends on the roof of a bungalow?
I can't remember the last time I did.
No, me neither.
Photos show the two hugging at sunset and weaving their fingers together as they stand face to face. The Spy said they saw the pair briefly dance together. Both Russini and Vrabel insist that they were with friends and say they simply weren't visible in the pictures. A source close to Russini says she was staying at the hotel during a hiking trip with two female pals. One of Vrabel's friends told Page Six that they and the coach drove up to Sedona for the day with another pal, and that they all drove back to their own hotel some 2 hours away after hanging out with Russini and her gang.
Yeah.
This is one that reeks of high hell to me. So the owners' meetings are in Phoenix. The Sedona place is 2 hours away.
Correct. I've been there, yeah. To Sedona, not to the Ambiente.
What a pain. 2 hours. That is a pain in the ass drive. Do you know what you do a 2-hour drive for? To go get done.
Wait a minute, Murray. You don't drive 4 hours round trip to hang out with
your buddies?
Girls? But hang out with some friends of a girl, you know? Because nothing makes me more interested
than hanging out
with my girlfriend's friends. My girlfriend's friends.
Yeah.
Vrabel just wanted to chum around with Russini's hiking pals? So he drove 4 hours round trip?
No shot.
To hang out with the gals at the pool? And what? Play some Rummy Cube? Like, what do we talk? To hang out with her pals. I'm going to drive 2 hours there, 2 hours back to hang out with your crew. If there's anything that would get me on the Artemis mission to the moon, is come hang out with my crew. Please.
Oh, God, please. It's a complete load of crap. And the other thing is the way it's worded.
Hang out with your crew?
It said she was in that area with her friends hiking. Is that what it said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they went home 2 days ago and she stayed and waited for Vrabel. Like, even if it's true, it's a half-truth.
Wait a minute. He's going to drive 4 hours round trip to hang out with her crew?
No, to see her.
I mean, give me a break with that one. You do that, fellas?
Oh, my God.
You drive out 4 hours to hang out with your wife's crew? Or any crew that aren't like Hawaiian Tropic models? Like that I get.
If there was a pot of gold waiting for me, I don't think I want to drive 2 hours for anything.
Oh, I hang out with a bunch of girls?
I'd go for the pot of gold. I take that back. That one I would do.
Your crew? I have to hang out with your crew?
Oh
my God. Jesus, shoot me to the moon. Shoot me to the moon. I'm not driving 4 hours to hang out with your crew.
Right, be like hanging with the magpies.
Call. What's Drake May like? How long you been a coach? Do you still think you could play?
Oh, my God. That's like my personal hell. Come hang out with my crew. No.
Oh, I'm with you.
No, but now drive 4 hours and hang out with my crew. Okay, Mike, yeah. You drove 4 hours round trip into the effing desert to hang out with the crew. The coach told Page Six on Tuesday, quote, these photos show a completely innocent interaction, and any suggestion otherwise is laughable. This doesn't deserve any further response, end quote.
Everything you saw was a lie.
And Russini told us, quote, the photos don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day. Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from stadiums and other venues. That's a great line, too.
No, yeah, that's
okay. So what's the bigger pile of horse manure? That Vrabel drove 4 hours round trip to hang out with her crew? Or Russini wants you to believe that this is standard interactions between journalists and the subjects that they cover. Poolside, hot tubbing, the roof of the two-person bungalow dancing at sunset.
We all have seen the famous photo of Bert Breer and Sean McVay with their fingers and hands locked, about to dance.
I was just going to say Vrabel and Bedard in Vegas.
Like, that's what she's trying to pawn off?
And then the group of 6 wasn't visible, so 5 other people just decided to go downstairs at that same time that those photos were all taken? That's a crock.
Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from stadiums and other venues. Yes. They have coffee.
Or a steak.
Lunch. Right. The rooftop of the two-person bungalow at sunset, holding hands in the hot tub. Are you serious with that crap?
Andy Reid and Schefter. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha.
I wouldn't sit in a hot tub with you.
I want to drive 4 hours. I can't drive 4 hours to hang out with your crew. That to me is the one that I just cannot get over that one. I want to hang out with your crew if they're in the next room. Please. Can I get out of here? Now I'm going to drive 4 hours round trip to hang out with the crew. This one was good, too. Like, I couldn't believe this one. Steven Ginsburg, the executive director of The Athletic, was quoted, "These photos are misleading and lack essential context. These were public interactions in front of many people. Dianna is a premier journalist covering the NFL, and we're proud to have her at The Athletic." I thought that was good that they, meaning she, has, this guy backing her publicly already. Like, that's good news for her. However... And I sort of, those quotes were lower in the story. I brought them up because I just wanted to make sure we got to them. However, 3 other eyewitnesses told us, meaning the Post, that they did not see anyone else with Vrabel and Russini. Asked if the Pats coach visited the hotel with a group of friends, one eyewitness said, nope, he was with a girl. And our sequence of photographs taken at various points during the day show only Vrabel and Russini. Vrabel attended a scouting event at Arizona State University in Tempe on Friday the 27th. Is that when he was?
Yeah, the Hardo video, yeah.
So he does the Hardo video and then does some more hands-on work with the reporters.
So there's an easy joke there, but
he likes to get his hands on the prospects, Mazz. He's a handsy coach. He likes to work out and get a feel. He wants to get a feel for those who are going to be on his team. Maybe those covering his team.
That's right. You got to get your hands dirty.
Hands on. You got to, as Reese told us, it's how you determine their core strength.
Correct.
And you get your hands on the prospects.
Yep.
So he went right from the one with
can't remember the guy's name.
Henachor?
Yeah, whatever.
I can't pronounce it either.
That guy, before traveling 125 miles to Ambiente. And I will add here parenthetically, to hang out with her crew.
Yeah, a couple of mimosas.
I love hanging with your friends all day at the pool. I can't wait. Please bring in more.
Dishing with the girls at the pool.
The adults-only Ambiente prides itself on being a romantic getaway, or Murray, as you said,
a doing hotel.
Boasting on its website about 158 proposals that took place and the thousands of anniversaries and honeymoons that have been celebrated at the hotel. After being seen with Russini, Vrabel headed to the Biltmore Hotel in Phoenix for a meeting of the NFL Competition Committee and the NFL owners' meetings. So it was all within this, so he made a little junket of it. Got his hands on some prospects, went down to the owners' meetings, etc., etc. So Russini is married to Shake Shack executive Kevin Goldschmidt, this poor guy. They have 2 children. Never mind, Vrabel has also been married to, it's Jen, since I think they met at Ohio State.
Yes, yeah.
And he's got 2 kids, et cetera, these poor people. And I say that in all seriousness. So that's the story. What does it mean? We'll pick it up on the other side with your calls right after this.
Felger.
Shush.
Mazz. The Sports Hub.
Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini are sharing their side of the story. Hours after photos surfaced of the New England Patriots head coach and the Athletics NFL reporter visiting an Arizona hotel together, the pair spoke out against claims that their encounter was romantic. In the photos obtained by Page 6, Mike and Dianna shared a hug and appeared to dance with their fingers interlocked while on a roof at the hotel. Other pictures show the pair lounging in their swimsuits by the pool and sitting in the hot tub together. Mike, who celebrated his 26th anniversary with his wife Jen Vrabel last year, said in an April 7th statement to Page 6, quote, "These photos show a completely innocent interaction, and any suggestion otherwise is laughable. This doesn't deserve any further response." For her part, Dianna, who is mom to 2 kids with Shake Shack executive Kevin Goldschmidt, noted that the pictures did not include everyone that she and the NFL coach were on vacation with. She told the outlet, quote, "The photos don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day. Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from stadiums and other venues." E! News has reached out to reps for Mike and Dianna for comment and has not yet heard back.
Where you've landed here, Patriots fans. Your thoughts, Dave in Connecticut. Go, Dave.
Good afternoon, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Listening to you talking about Vrabel makes me go back in time. Wade Boggs and Margot Adams.
You know what? Not bad tears.
Oh, yeah, good one. We've done that, I think.
What?
Yeah, you know what? There was some form of it.
Yeah,
what did we call it? What was it exactly?
I don't remember, but we can come up.
Let's do it again.
No, sure. I
don't remember it.
Yeah, no.
Trysts, something along those
side
lines.
pieces. Like, come on.
No, like Canseco and Madonna.
Sex
remember
scandals.
A-Rod and Madonna.
What
we
did
did those.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
No, we're going to do them anyway.
We did, but we'll do them again.
Listen, we did them. It doesn't mean we can't do them again. We definitely did.
What did we call it?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Sports celebrity side piece.
Doing duos. I don't know if Vinny will let us do the graphic.
We're going to come up with that. That's got to be tears.
Doing duos.
Alan in Hull. Go ahead, Alan.
What do you think if all of a sudden he starts a press conference and says, instead of Karen, okay, Dianna, you start first?
I mean, it's just hard not to look at their interactions or her reporting.
Of course.
August 28th, 2025. Mazz's Tears, most notable athlete-celebrity relationships.
Okay.
That sounds
We can reword this.
That's
too clean.
Yeah, that sounds
we had Brady Giselle.
No.
Doing duos.
Doing duos.
Yeah.
Side pieces.
Yeah, so like
Scandal.
like Brady and what's her name? Alex Earl? Is that her
Sure,
name?
better.
Okay.
Belichick, Jordan.
Yeah.
Vrabel, Russini.
Yeah, good.
Boggs, Margot Adams.
Yeah, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, we're in. That's tomorrow. Mazz's Tears. Bob and Needham. Go ahead, Bob.
Tiger Woods and
Thank you.
You guys trying to send your resumes to TMZ to replace Harvey Levin? I don't care about what he does in his off hours. He's a man. It is what it is.
Oh, okay. So wait, Bob. So then it's okay for every guy to cheat on his wife?
No, it isn't, but it happens. I don't know the circumstances of his relationship. He might be separated already. Who knows?
So you don't care because he's the coach of the Patriots and you like the Patriots?
No, it's not a great thing that he's doing. If his wife has no idea about it, that's one thing. But I mean, I wouldn't spend a half an hour on a talk show talking about it. I know it's a great topic.
Oh, we're not going to spend a half hour on it. We're going to spend like an hour and a half on it.
Yeah, 90 minutes.
So half hour. Please, we're just getting started.
I just that one is going to make me go into orbit today. Yeah, I don't care. Well then don't call.
If it were Sean Payton.
Oh, people be having a field day with it.
Who was canoodling with Dianna Russini in the hot tub in Sedona. Do you think we'd be allowed to talk about it?
Yes.
Okay. Something tells me your appetite for it would be pretty high.
Correct.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Didn't he have the thing in West Virginia too, Peyton, with the pills and some trollop too? Yeah, remember that, huh?
Come on. So that's kids' table stuff. Of course, you care. But the second thing, if he was separated, why didn't you just put that in the statement? Like, why would he and Russini have such strong denials? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, right. Now,
like, I mean, if he had an open relationship or it was cool with his wife.
Okay, so the open relationship thing gets a little grayer because some people really look down on that and there is a judgment that will be made.
I see.
I'm not telling you I do.
I see.
I'm just saying a lot of people don't understand it. So, like, I could see them wanting to hide that.
To me, the thing that I do judge is lying. If you have an open relationship or you make mistakes or whatever, I mean, we're all human. The one thing I just don't countenance is the lying. So if you're going to lie, then you just sort of made your own bed.
Correct.
And so, that's, to me, that's where I am on it. I mean, why we judge? Because we judge everything. And you'd be happy to judge the Jets coach. So please, keep it real. The thing, the wife, how does the wife feel? If you clicked on page 6 and found Natalie, that was Natalie or that was my wife or whatever, would that be kosher at all?
No.
There's only one way it would be kosher. One way.
If there's other people around.
No.
If it's an open relationship and they knew about it.
Well, but let me give you another one. Let me give you a scenario.
I'm saying you can excuse those photos if there's a group of people around you and you're about to dance or something like that.
Not for me. The only way it'd be kosher is if they told me beforehand. Listen, if Dianna Russini said this to her husband, listen, Dave, this Vrabel, he's been trying to get my pants for 6 years. And he tells me stuff. He's good for business. So I'm going to meet him at this hotel. And it's just part of the job. And don't read anything into it. But this is where I'm going. And this is what I'm doing. And it's part of it. And he says, cool. Yeah, do what you got to do. Work it any way you got to work it, Dianna. And it's all above board.
Okay.
Anything short of that, if I'm this poor...
Along with getting into your bikini and getting in the hot tub?
Yeah. I don't. Was it a one piece or was it a bikini?
Well, I don't know.
Well, this is important to me.
I said
was it a bikini or was it a one piece? I think it was a one piece.
Yeah. I can't really tell. You'll have to look at it.
I'm just telling you look, if you're comfortable with that, who am I to judge?
Right. Well, so then...
But I would tell you that most married couples would be like, no.
Yeah. Well, so I'm just telling you. That's the only way it might be okay. I'm going, and I'm meeting him, and it's going to be at the pool, and I'm working a story, and he's helping me out, and yep. So if you know, but if you click on that as the spouse, without knowing beforehand.
Oh, no, you're instantly pissed.
Oh, yeah, that's a given.
See you. Out.
That's a given.
Life's too short.
Yeah, now it's clandestine. Now it's deceitful.
For me to wait around with this. So, yeah. And which is why if this was above board, I don't think they would have been protesting like they protested.
Yeah, I don't, look, obviously they didn't think they were going to get photographed. So to me, if they did, why not just meet in a really public place?
Joe's in Weymouth. Hi, Joe.
Hey, guys, just got a quick question. When you were both beat reporters, if you ran into a situation like this, would teams reach out to you and say, whether on the record or off, hey, you can ask about this, you can't ask about that? Or did you just kind of rely on your own, I don't know, instinct about how far you can go and ask people about this?
I'd say all the above. But why, what do you mean specific? I don't understand what you're asking exactly.
For example, is Stacey James reaching out to any Pats beat reporter and say, don't you dare ask about this in any sort of press conference?
Yeah, yeah.
Would Stacey just kind of leave it alone?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to follow along.
No, you're right. They can ask, you don't have to do it. And I also think that often...
Unless you're a Celtics writer, then you just do whatever the team tells you to do.
And oftentimes,
except for Washburn.
If they're really smart, they issue a statement ahead of time and they say, we know you're asking, here's our response. We're not going to address it beyond this. And then you can still ask it in a press conference.
I mean, this is probably a bigger media story as it relates to Russini than it is a Patriot story as it relates to Vrabel.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, yes. But I would also say, given the popularity and the job Vrabel did this year and the perception of him in the public eye, it's a story.
Yeah, he takes a hit. I mean, Belichick never claimed to be a nice guy, squeaky clean guy. Vrabel, since he's come in here, again, has preached family and this whole thing.
Well,
he takes a hit from this.
I said this just to set up, I don't know what to call her if he was driving at this. They're both going to have to address it. You can't, Russini, before she goes back to work even, I think. I don't think she can write another thing on the NFL, regardless of the support of her boss there. She's going to have to address it. And I don't know if Vrabel will exactly, but at some point he's going to have to be asked about it. I mean, when I say this is a bigger media story, a big undercurrent in the NFL and NFL reporting is relationships with these big information guys and girls and who cover the league. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Dan Orlovsky has a MVP vote. He's super tight with Matt Stafford. So he gets the vote for Matt Stafford, and we hear certain commentary from Orlovsky because he's really tight with Matthew Stafford. Or Orlovsky's agent represents the kid from Alabama versus the kid from Indiana. And all of a sudden, Orlovsky is telling me that the kid in Alabama is better than the kid in Indiana. I'm from Mendoza. I'm forgetting all the names now. But you know what I mean. Like, we talk about this all the time. Ian Rappaport, I think, is kind of in the bag of the owners. Adam Schefter, Florio just called him out for just doing Drew Rosenhaus's bidding. Jay Glazer is known as a guy that really glad hands these players and parties with them and blah, 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 blah. Like we have all these storylines with these guys. Well, what the hell is this? They're playing footsie in the hot tub with one of the guys that you cover in the league? It's a horrible look for her. And I must imagine female journalists are pissed about it.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. The ones who try to observe a line or keep some sort of distance between, how they do their jobs and what they report and the people they cover absolutely go into orbit about this. I'm sure you've had discussions with women about it in the business. They look at it as a major transgression that takes down all of them.
This is the thing that they I think fear the most.
Yes.
And so I'm sure a lot of them on that side are pissed.
Definitely.
So that's a big story. That's a big media story. It just is. I mean, never mind. This is like her second run-in. She was tied into all sorts of crap with the Washington Commanders and all of this. You can go read it on it. You can go look it up and read it. She's in the middle of that stuff. I mean, kind of similar. So it's like not her first run-in with this stuff. And so she's going to have to dig her way out of it. Now, I don't know how much digging Vrabel's going to have to do, but it's going to have to be some, I figure. Either way, we continue with your thoughts on this after Big Jim Murray gets you updated.
Mike and Tony have a definite chemistry.
Are they?
100%.
Are they?
Yes, 100. Do I stutter?
Do you consider them the periodic table of sports talk?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Sorry. We need to blow a gasket.
No. Blow it, baby. Blow it.
Felger and Mazz.
Does the Vrabel thing reflect on the Patriots at all? Can I answer?
My answer would be no.
Yes. Yeah. They're a bunch of cheaters. You know what I mean? A bunch of frauds. Family, Patriots.
Does that make them any different than any other organization?
No. I wonder if, I don't know, because I don't follow other organizations as much as they do, but they sure do lay on the Patriot way and family and values, and they do.
Okay, that's something different.
And Vrabel certainly lays on the family thing pretty thick.
I thought you meant today, I see what your point is. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said in the prior segment. I mean, Belichick never claimed to be squeaky clean or anything like that, right? Like, he didn't come in with airs of, well, now we're going to be about family and we want guys who are going to be good to all the staff, all the way down to the lowest level, that kind of thing. And now this, Vrabel takes a hit, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, so I think it's got more to do with individuals than it does with the organization, because, these are individual choices that people can make. And if you're asking me, is there do organizations go around there and saying it's okay if you cheat on your wife? No. But do they tolerate it? Yeah, and I think they all do.
Yeah. All I'm saying is just another Patriot headline of...
I mean, I think it reflects on them that a high-profile employee has done it.
Another high-ranking Patriots employee been exposed as a liar or a cheater. It's like how many...
Oh, so from that standpoint, sure.
And the organization, with quality people and family and all of this, it's like you're just stuff it, guys. Just spare me that stuff.
Yeah, you better.
Okay, so that's the issue.
Yeah,
right.
Yes, that's right.
Somehow,
that's right.
They paint themselves to be more chaste and purer than other organizations. You can blow that out your ears. That's garbage. That is complete garbage.
And there's other organizations, Mazz, that, certainly wear. The Raiders. The Raiders for 30 years have stood for trash and are trash. They don't pretend to, that's just a glaring example. But I think there's other organizations that are just a little more realistic with the way they portray themselves publicly, or aren't so bent on putting their morals in their values in or their fake morals and fake values in your face.
So that part I agree with.
Yeah, the Bengals don't pretend to be anything other than cheap scum. Here we are selling the TVs off the walls of the building.
Like somehow this place is different or special, or you have stand for something else. Stop it.
Oh yeah, that's complete total bullcrap. And like, I don't know. The other thing is, if you are somebody high ranking over there, can you possibly open your mouth about some of the stuff that Vrabel, I say some of the stuff about this whole incident with Vrabel when you might have your own?
What are you referring to?
I'm just saying in general.
Just from 10,000 feet of general statement there.
Let he who has not sinned cast the first stone or whatever it is, depending on what you believe the sin is.
So it's just another thing that, you would use it against another team. You would use it against another fan base.
Totally.
It's just another thing someone can use against you. That's all. Chris on the ferry. Go ahead, Chris.
Felger, I know you have to do a radio show, but I also know you don't actually believe the garbage you're spewing. Who gives a rat's ass? He brought a 4-win football team to the Super Bowl. If he wants to play hanky-panky at a pool with the reporter, I don't give a crap. It doesn't matter. Stop it.
You listened, held online for 20 minutes, and got on the air to say that, so you must care at a certain level. Exposed yourself.
Yeah, these people just don't want, something off the grid to get in the way of their 13-4
It's okay, Chris.
14-3, whatever it was.
Chris on the ferry, it's okay that you care.
How about I start following you around with a camera, Felger?
You may.
Huh?
You're going to be bored out of your boobs. It'll be the most boring follow you're ever going to have.
So that's another question, though, is how the photos came to be.
I want to get to that. Billy in the car. Go ahead, Billy.
Marty.
Yes, hello.
I know you're a smart guy. You're a smart guy, Mike. And I'm surprised you haven't asked the question. What's a guy doing in the desert taking pictures of a hotel and nobody would, of these two, like, who set them up? Like, what?
How did these pictures come to be? Go ahead, guys.
Well, the one thing, I have a buddy who's a photographer, and he said in no way, shape, and form was this taken with an iPhone, any type of phone. That was a high-powered lens that took that photo.
Oh, really?
Particularly the rooftop one.
Yeah.
Really?
I would say, yeah.
It was a professional lens.
How do you know, you guys?
Again, I'm going on the word.
The high quality of the image, like cameras have much higher pixel rates than your cell phone camera.
My buddy said that it's not so much them that it was the tell to him. It's that the background is so detailed. He said this is a high-powered lens. This is not taken with an iPhone, Android device, anything like that. This was someone that had real camera equipment.
Look, there were a couple of the photos in that story that you say, well, that could be someone sitting in a lounge chair by the pool, holding their phone up down
Definitely,
here.
yeah. They walked right by him sitting in a lounge
absolutely.
chair.
There were a couple that the one to me was the one on the rooftop.
And the hot tub one was even fuzzy. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's the rooftop one is my buddy. Same thing.
Yeah. If you try to take a photo of two people sitting on a rooftop, let's call it, I don't know how many yards away, 100 yards, maybe more. I have no idea. I can't tell by that picture. But at a distance, and you try to zoom it on your phone and see who they are, no way.
It's fuzzy.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
It's not that detailed.
No way. Nope. Doesn't work. And so now, look, I dabble in pictures like everyone else does. I have a bigger lens on a camera I use. My wife takes pictures of birds all the time, and at a distance, you can get a much clearer photo with a high-powered lens.
Of course, Mazz has all the...
No, my wife takes the pictures. Thank you,
the
Mario.
gadgets.
But on a phone, no way, not in a million years.
So, as the story
it's
said...
It's the Jets. Who set them up?
A Page 6 spy tells us that the pair, both married to other people, had breakfast on the patio of the hotel restaurant around 10:30 on Saturday, March the 28th, before spending a leisurely hour or so together at the pool and lounging side by side in a hot tub. Those photos, you're right, could have been made by anyone at the pool with their iPhone. Our spy spotted Vrabel and Russini again that evening on a private rooftop of one of the hotel's bungalows, which feature glass walls offering panoramic views of the state's famed Red Rock formations. Roofs are only accessible from the two-person... So that was now sunset. So they had breakfast at 10:30. Someone could snap them. They're on the roof at sunset, and someone is scoping them out with a professional telescopic whatever kind of...
Right, and they say our spy, and they said obtained the photos. And the initial story that they put out yesterday, obtained, right? I think they said
Hold on
obtained.
one second.
I'm going by what I saw last night at about 8 o'clock.
Our spy spotted Vrabel and Russini again that evening. Photos show the two hugging at sunset and weaving their fingers together as they stand face to face. The spy said they saw the pair briefly dance together. The very first, again, exclusive photos obtained by Page Six.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, the first line of the story. Exclusive photos obtained by Page Six appear to show Vrabel and Russini holding hands and hugging. So obtained. So, this is usually how it goes. They buy them off of paparazzi or whatever. But, so what do you think? So play out your conspiracy theory.
I don't know. So someone knew of this relationship that had been going on, perhaps, between these two for a while. And they had an opportunity to finally get some photos, incriminating photos, and then sell those photos. So they've been someone had been following for a while. The likes of TMZ, something like that. If you want to go deeper down the rabbit hole, perhaps it's a team. Perhaps someone like the Eagles that don't really want to trade A.J. Brown for what ends up being like a low second, high third round pick. They're trying to get as much as possible. So, let's make
there was a blackmail attempt, perhaps?
Yes, perhaps. Something like that. I mean, there's all kinds of wacky stuff on these internet streets.
We want 31 overall, or everyone's going to see the photos of you canoodling with Russini there at the Ambiente.
Now, that most of these...
Vrabel said go pound sand, and the next thing you know, here are the photos.
Most of these real crazy ones, I'm reading tongue-in-cheek. I don't think people are serious, but who knows? It is the internet. There's a lot of whack jobs on there.
Well, look, there's one easy theory that I think anyone would throw out there, and that is the spouse of one of the people involved. Maybe they're having some sort of difficulty. They're in a separation or a potential divorce, and someone's trying to prove infidelity. So, I don't know all the divorce laws. I don't pretend to. I'm just telling you that.
You have to go public with that. There's kids involved on Russini's side. There's got two little kids.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of clips. The other thing that is real, there's clips that are now all over social media over the last day of her not speaking too highly of this Shake Shack husband of hers. And,
really?
Yeah, and she's saying it in a joking manner, but if I heard my wife talk about me this way on national television, I'd be like... Listen, you got to dial this back. And if we have a real issue here, let's talk about it. And so if there's been an issue there and that's been bubbling, maybe he hired someone.
I always say never look past the spouse.
That's what you always say.
Yeah, when it comes to stuff like this.
That old famous Mazz saying. Sucks and blows.
It's one of the Felger and Mazz 10 commandments.
Right. Check the husband. I just think it's the easy place to go.
Oh, if this were the Jets coach, this would be so much fun, wouldn't it, guys? If this were the Bills coach or the Dolphins coach, you'd be having a grand old time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it's you again. Long commercial-free segment comes your way next.
Always say check the spouse.
Oh, yeah. Thoughts, calls, emails. Oh, yeah. I get my jollies out of it. I do. I'm not a good person. Go ahead.
Felger and Mazz.
Oh, yeah.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
When's the last time you got yelled at by a coach or player?
Mike Vrabel. It was actually it was a genuine yell. It was the year he was out, and I was at the Senior Bowl, and I'd had 2 back-to-back dinners with general managers. So it was like a double booked, but I had to make it work. And I had the same conversation with both these GMs, and they were asking me, why do I think that Mike Vrabel didn't have a job? Like, why isn't he a head coach right now? And I said, I don't know. I was like, I covered him a lot in Tennessee. I thought he was collaborative. He's a good leader. Players love him. I don't know. And they both offered up that they thought that he was too physically intimidating. So the New York Post sees this, or excuse me, I go on a podcast. The New York Post hears it. And it went from an intimidating figure that is perhaps scaring owners to, like, Mike Vrabel's too fat to get a job. So he calls me. He's like, why would you ever report that? That's ridiculous. That's not even true. I'm like, are you asking me if I think you're fat? So that was not fun because I just think, he didn't want
For the record, you weren't calling him fat.
No.
Dianna Russini on with Dan Patrick just a couple months ago at the Super Bowl. So I'm sure a lot of people are doing that. Murray, you're on those internet streets.
Yeah.
Are people piecing together like things she's reported on the Patriots and drawn any lines or any conclusions?
Yeah, I mean, while he was on the street and before he ended up taking that, I think it was a linebacker or offensive line coach or whatever the hell it was with the Cleveland Browns.
Job with Cleveland, yeah.
I mean, the only one really reporting on Mike Vrabel at that time, and people are finding these tweets and now repurposing them, was Dianna Russini. So at the very least, there is, and this is something that Jared Stillman, we played that clip earlier, has alluded to before, that she's kind of been the mouthpiece for Mike Vrabel in recent years, and definitely was for a time down there in Tennessee.
So you remember, like, I'm asking the question now. I don't remember, but when it was reported that Vrabel was meeting with the Jets, who reported that? Like, because that would have benefited Vrabel.
Yeah,
right. The theory was that he wanted to come to New England, and all of a sudden he was going to meet with the Jets. And
see if I can find that one.
You know, listen. Ever since Stillman, Jared Stillman down there in Nashville, told us over a year ago, or more. I can't remember when we first started talking to Jared. That he said, you know, if Russini reports it on the Patriots, pay attention. Trust me. And that's all he would say. But it was clear, like I had a sense of what he was implying there. And Stillman's gone beyond implying in the last 24 hours. He's kind of taken a victory lap. But, you know, I think the implication was there. So that I would pay attention to Russini sort of reporting on the Patriots and their thinking and whatnot. And I would think to myself, oh, well, that's Vrabel. And so, like, I'm not totally surprised by this.
Me neither.
Right? But that they have a good relationship, at least. And so, yeah. I don't know what where I started with the question on that was. But either way, I think people are just going to, go back in and do a little diagnostics on what's been reported from Russini, whether it was Vrabel with the Titans or Vrabel here with the Patriots. And I'm telling you, this is a bigger national media story, and probably an important one. I mean, I say important in the context of covering the NFL, because these national guys, like Schefter just went through a thing with Mike Florio. Did you read any of this or get any of this? Where Florio, what was it? This is generally it. If it's not exactly it, it's close enough. Where Schefter reported something from a prospect at the combine that put him in a good light. Like maybe he had a bad time doing this drill, but he had a good time doing that drill. And Schefter just highlighted the drill that he did well versus the drill he struggled with. Something like that. And this player was a Rosenhaus client. And Florio wrote, Schefter is known to take care of Rosenhaus, and this is how the sausage gets made. But just so you know, as a consumer, you don't always get the straight shot because Schefter's taking care of Drew Rosenhaus. Something like that. And Schefter lost his mind, and they had a thing, and, media beef. And so, like, this happens all the time. Mm-hmm. And, again, Orlovsky's another one. Orlovsky was on with McAfee, and McAfee called him out straight out because Orlovsky was saying, who's the kid from Alabama?
Ty Simpson.
That Ty Simpson should be taken ahead of Mendoza in the draft. And he was the only one saying that. Well, I think they dug up that Orlovsky shares the same agent as Simpson. And it's like, well, are you doing that because of your agency? Or are you doing that because that's really what the film shows? So, like, there's always, like, these little brush fires that get called out, right? Like,
yeah.
Of course, yeah.
What's your bias? What's the story behind the story? Why are you giving me this information and not that information? It gets called out all the time. Well, I don't know how this doesn't fall into the same category.
Oh, it's in a lot of ways, it might be worse.
I mean, Jesus. Well, listen. If Adam Himmelsbach is allowed to do to Bill Chisholm what he did the other day, then the Russini-Vrabel stuff is the same.
Just quick, so I was able to find the first report. The Jets will interview former Titans coach Mike Vrabel for their head coaching job Friday. A source tells Zach Blatt. Oh, where does Zach Blatt work?
The Athletic.
Sure does.
So there's another way to hide it. I don't want to report it, but here.
Sure, give it to someone else. I've done that
at your place, right? Yeah. Exactly. You have to have one degree of separation, so not everyone's calling you out on your sourcing.
Yeah,
so you give
I've done that. I can't write this, but do it.
Yeah,
and if you want to check it out on your own, check it with this person.
Sure.
Yep.
So there's gonna be a lot of that getting done here.
Look, and this is unfair to women, okay? But there is always that perception of trading sex for a story, okay? And it's unfair because. When a guy does it, it's, hey, do me a solid on this, and I'll get you into this show or whatever.
Well, let me tell you.
So it doesn't come off as quite as sordid. So, and it ends up being, unfair in a lot of ways.
If not sex, how about just flirting? Like, I think people are going to go too far on Russini. In other words, and I half joke about Himmelsbach. I mean, what Himmelsbach did to Bill Chisholm in that interview the other day was borderline servicing. Okay? If you're going to prostitute yourself on that level, so I'm going to come down on Russini for playing footsie with Vrabel in a hot tub to get the story. I mean, whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's and I don't go too far with that. I'm not saying like destroy marriages and take people down. But if the guy's got a shine on you, it's taking a shine to you. And if just having a breakfast with him and getting a hot tub with him is going to get you the story, like, I don't know. Is it really that much different than how other reporters prostitute themselves to get someone to talk to them?
Well, look, at the end of the day, probably not, right? Probably not, but people will see it differently.
I know they do, and it's unfair.
Right? People will see it differently. So, like in the case of the guy, you just say, well, that's just, someone taking a soft approach on the business side to get their own benefit out of the deal. The other one becomes personal in nature. And I'm not telling you it's fair, because at the end of the day, making a deal is making a deal. But, I mean, where do you stop on that one with the way the media works?
Dog-eat-dog world.
Oh, I mean, the type of bartering that goes on.
The guy likes me, so I'll give him a little flirt.
Yeah.
And I'll get the story. Does that really make her a bad person?
Right. Whether it's entirely deliberate or not, too, or and I say deliberate, that understood. In other words, it's like, do you come out and say, hey, I'll flirt with you if you give me this? It's not like that. It's just kind of, you flirt. Or am I going to go, I'll go easy on you if you give me this story? Like, I've never had that conversation, but it inherently can happen that way because you know what you're getting, they know what they're getting, so you soft-step it.
All right, here's Murray's 90-second update. No commercials. We'll give you some Red Sox thoughts when that game goes final. They're having their way with the Brew Crew today. So, good result here for the Red Sox. We'll get to that when it ends. Your phone's right after Murray's 90-second update. No commercials.